Hey everybody, Mr. Lanier here, principal at Westerville Central High School, home of Warhawk Nation. We are super excited that you're going to start joining us in person, beginning with our freshmen September 21st and 22nd for Cohort A, and then following that with everybody showing up in Cohort A on September 23rd. We'll repeat the process the second week of school, in-person learning, with our freshmen showing up only on September 28th and 29th, and then everybody will join us in Cohort B for September 30th. So again, that's kind of the schedule rolling out. My administrative team, our office staff, our teachers, our school counselors, everybody in the building is really excited for your return. And we look forward to you guys doing a great job with the in-person learning, the hybrid model. Remember, it's going to take everybody working together to maintain the ability to have in-person instruction and in-person learning. As we go through this together, remember Westerville Central's core values. And those core values are posted in the comments, they're on the t-shirts, or what we talk about each and every day. And we ask everybody in the building to do your best. Number one, do your very best. Always do your best. Secondly, be kind to one another. And third, embrace uniqueness in yourself and others. As you know, these core values are going to be what we need to dictate how we come together each and every single day. And if we live by these core values and we are there for each other as we go through this, we're going to find that the in-person experience is a very rich experience, a great experience, and we're going to have a lot of fun together. But we need your cooperation. So this video has been put together to kind of help you with your transition back to in-person learning. It's been a while since we've seen you in person. So again, we're excited, but we also have to have you follow the safety precautions that we have in place to make sure that in-person learning will remain consistent throughout the fall, and hopefully we can expand it even more if the numbers get better for later in the school year. Folks, looking forward to seeing you on September 21st for the freshmen for Cohort A, September 28th for the freshmen in Cohort B, and then everybody September 23rd for Cohort A, and everybody in September 30th for Cohort B. Watch this video, and please reach out and let us know if you have any questions. So as you see here, this is the east side of our building. This is where our student drivers will arrive, along with any kind of parent drop-off in the morning. Please proceed along the driveway until you get to door number 4 for a drop-off. You'll find that the doors will be open, and they will open at 7 a.m. each day. We will not allow students in the building before 7 o'clock in the morning, so please do not drop them off until 7 a.m. In addition, you can see that the parking lot there to the east by the stadium is available for student driver parking, and the parking lot in the northeast part of the property is also available for student parking. You'll enter the door through door number 4 and proceed to the commons.
Students riding the buses will enter through door number 17 on the west side of the building. As students come into the building, they will notice that our cafeteria will be open for grab-and-go breakfast. So when students come in the building, they can come in and head to the right to get the grab-and-go breakfast. Important to note that while having breakfast in the commons and while waiting on their first period class to begin, it's important for students to maintain that 6 feet of social distancing. Students will be able to go ahead and spread out throughout the commons. They can be upstairs, or we'll have the gym open as well during this time. The important thing, though, is to make sure that we maintain that 6 feet of social distance before the beginning of first period to ensure that everybody stays safe.
The final way that students will access the building in the morning can be through the front entrance, door number 1. As you can see, the front driveway is used for our school transportation. We ask that parents please do not drop students off in the front of the building. Use door number 4 as we spoke about previously. School transportation will be dropped off in the main entrance here. Students coming in, walkers can also enter through door number 1. You'll come in here, you'll find your way to the commons. Once you're in the commons, follow the social distancing protocols that we discussed previously.
When entering the building, students will notice that we have markings on the floor to help with staying to the right, to make sure that we help with our social distancing practices. When coming in through door 1 or being at the front of the building, our late arrival students will come in through here, and they will make sure that they sign in with Mrs. Brenning at the attendance office. Any student that is late to school or is tardy to school will also need to go to the attendance office and make sure that they get signed in.
Hey folks, just a reminder, devices are limited at Central this year. Bring your own device. If you received a district device earlier in the summer, make sure you bring that with you every single day. If you have your own device and you want to hook up to our internet, bring it with you and you're able to do so. If you need a device while you're at school, we are going to practice a sharing of devices while we're at school this year, which will require us to sanitize the devices after each use. So we will have them available, but understand we're going to have to work through the sanitation process after each use.
That's right. No lockers this year, folks. So as you can see, we do have locker bays, but we will not use them this year due to COVID-19 restrictions.
In order to stay safe and follow the social distancing expectations and the social distancing protocols, you'll notice signs at various places around the building. We're practicing social distancing, and you have to stay to the right in the hallways. Some of the other things that you'll see in the building will be lines painted on the floor or taped on the floor that tell you to stay to the right. Stay to the right.
One thing students will really notice when they enter our classrooms is that they are set up for social distancing. We have our desks spread apart so that students maintain that 6 feet of social distance to ensure that we're keeping everybody safe while we're here at Westerville Central High School.
Another important safety feature that we need to make sure you understand is how we're going to access our restrooms during the school day. We are limiting access to the restrooms to no more than 3 people at one time. So as you can see here, we have a group of 4. Somebody's going to have to step back and let the other 3 go before they're able to enter the restroom. Now, another important feature is to understand that the restrooms are different depending on where you are in the building. Make sure you go in the correct restroom, as these gentlemen failed to do so.
Oh yeah.
That's right, boys and girls. Just a reminder this year that our water fountains are turned off, but we do have a water bottle filling station. Bring your water bottles with you. You can get water from the bottle filling station.
Warhawk class. I'm very enthused to get through the school year. Hopefully we do all the protocols that we need to do here in the building for our lunchroom, our staff members. Have a great, safe rest of the school year. Let's get through this together. I miss you guys, and I'm looking forward for you guys to all come back.
As you can see in our commons, we have clearly marked where students are able to sit for the lunch time. We only have the availability to have 3 people at each table. And when students get their seats picked out after the first couple days, we will be kind of taking attendance and having seating charts so that we know where students are sitting. Clean up after yourself.
All right, everybody, you made it to the end of the day. It's time for dismissal. We're going to start dismissal at 1:20 with the red and gold hallways. You will have a announcement by an administrator to dismiss folks from these areas of the building. We ask that you immediately leave the building. Do not gather in large groups. Leave the building and find your ride home, whether you're walking home, you're riding the buses, etc. We will then let the bell ring at 1:25, and that will dismiss our students in the blue and green areas of the building. Once again, no gathering after school. Please leave the building immediately. Find your ride home. In addition, as a reminder to parents, this part of the parking lot to the east side in the front of the building is available for student pickup. However, we ask that you leave this portion of the driveway clear for all school transportation. Again, no parent pickup from this part of the driveway.
Now for some important notes from our school nurse.
Good morning, Warhawks. If you're not feeling good, please don't come to school. If you have a temperature of 100.4, if you have a cough, if you have chills, if you feel extremely fatigued, those are all reasons to stay home. If you come to the clinic and have any of those symptoms, you will be sent home. If you have a stomach ache, if you have a headache, you may come to the clinic and lay down and rest. But we want to decrease the amount of COVID symptoms, so if you're sick, please stay home. And if you're sick at home, please call the attendance line and report that you have COVID symptoms. Thank you. Okay, Warhawks, if you come to the clinic and you have any of these symptoms, you'll go to the isolation room. A fever of 100.4, a worsening cough, a loss of taste and smell, a sore throat, nasal congestion, or a runny nose.
Well, we got to take him to the isolation room. Come on, Mr. Parker.
Can I say something?
The isolation room will be here in the office, just around the corner from the clinic. An administrator will escort you to the isolation room. Once you're in the isolation room, an administrator will call your parents to let them know that you need to be picked up due to showing signs of COVID symptoms. We ask that the parents respond quickly to come and pick up their students to make sure we get them. Hand sanitizing stations are set up around the building to help keep you safe and healthy. If you want to, you can make sure that you bring your own hand sanitizer, but if you don't, feel free to use one of the stations in the hallway. Get in the good habit of using a hand sanitizer when you leave a classroom and before you go into your next class. Hand washing is very important, isn't it, Mr. Parker?
Yes. And see what you want to do here. You want to make sure you get a good amount of soap on your hands. Lather up pretty good. Make sure you swab in a nice motion on your hands.
Yeah, and you go for at least what? How many? 20 seconds?
About 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I say either sing happy birthday to yourself,
Ooh.
or your ABCs,
Ooh.
or a nice tune that you heard on the radio coming into school.
Yes.
All right? And once
Lovely.
you do that, lather up really, really good.
Oh.
Good. Make sure you get under your nails,
Oh, yeah.
in between your fingers. All right?
It's time for a quality rinsing.
Yes, now it's time to rinse.
Yes.
Want to rinse off really good. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Now, another important piece of this is once you finish, you're all disinfected. Well, you don't want to go back and touch that. So once you dry off, take the paper towel that you dry with, turn off, open the door, throw away, and then you're on your way.
Hand washing is important. Do it often. Stay healthy. Stay safe.
Absolutely.
Okay, everybody, just a couple other safety reminders for you this year. We've already talked about social distancing. We've talked about using hand sanitizer, washing your hands consistently and regularly. And the biggest piece that's allowing us all to come back to school are wearing masks. So you can see here, I'm wearing a mask. Every student actually is going to be provided with a Warhawk mask when you come to school the first day. But we still want you to have more than one, so make sure you wear a mask to school. You're expected to wear a mask at all times when you're in the building. Classroom, class changes, on the bus, you need to be wearing your mask at all times. There will be mask break opportunities in the day, mask break opportunities where you can just simply take your mask down for a second, take a couple deep breaths, and then go ahead and put them back up. So again, those mask breaks, we're going to treat you like adults. If you need a mask break, just a real quick one, you can do that in the classroom. And again, put it back up. If you need a little more extended mask break, you need to ask your teacher. You can step into the hall, take a quick mask break there, get your breath, and then get back into class. But the most important thing is wear your masks while you're in the building, while you're on the bus, anytime you're on school property. So we appreciate it. Hope look forward to you guys coming back again. Wear your masks. Warhawk Nation, thank you so much for taking time to watch this important back to school video. We look forward to seeing you when you report to school. In the meantime, as we close every announcement, I want to say this to you to make sure you're ready to go. And that is, let's be ready to work hard, learn something, and remember, it's time to soar, Warhawks.